Assalamu alaikum and good evening to everyone. Let me start this session asking one simple question. When a child is born, what does he or she do? Can anyone answer this question?
Cry.
Sir, cry.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cry.
What does that mean? The communication is established between the mother and a child. Okay. Now we are all students. Once we complete our education, most of us go for a job. Be it a teacher, a journalist, a professor, an engineer, or a doctor, a lawyer, and so on. So no matter what job you have in your life, your success is determined 5% by your academic credentials, that is, by your education. And 15% of your success is determined by your professional experience. And the whole lot of 80% is determined by your communication skills. So you can see the maximum percentage is devoted for communication skills. Be it a leader or a team leader, a teacher, communication is very, very, very important. And it's my very favorite subject as well. Now, on the other hand, 90% of the fight is because of your tone during communication. That indicates communication is very important in both your professional and personal life. So we have engineer Hameeda Banu, who is a communication skill trainer, to take over the session from me. So this is a 2 days workshop, 1 hour each. So it will be an interactive session. You need to just unmute yourself and answer any questions. Also, you can chat whenever she asks to do so. And I welcome engineer Hameeda Banu to take over the session from me. Thank you.
Thank you for the introduction, sir. Hello, everyone.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. So, kids, I'm feeling very happy because I'm meeting you. So, how are you feeling today?
Good, ma'am.
Good. Alhamdulillah, good.
All right, that's great to know. So, you are seeing few emojis here, right? On the slides?
Yes,
Put it in
ma'am.
the chat box and tell me how you're. Just a moment. I'm sorry. Just a moment.
Ma'am, the slide is not visible.
Yep.
Ma'am, we didn't share yet.
Yes. Are you able to see that now?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, guys, all of you tell me how you're feeling today looking at these emojis.
Happy, ma'am.
Happy means
ma'am.
one.
Happy.
Yeah, ma'am. Number one.
Put it in the chat
Wow.
box. If you're happy, put one. Angry, put two. If you're sad, put three.
Okay, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
I want to know today what is the topic is going, ma'am.
Today, it's a basic communication skills that a child should know.
What is the basic skills to be want to know, ma'am?
I'll let you know.
Okay, ma'am. This is a wonderful session. I getting the opportunity to speak with ma'am, with the teacher. That's why getting the full goodness, ma'am.
Sure, thanks. You will get more opportunities.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, so all right. Let's read the comments. So most of you are saying you're feeling happy today, right? I'm also very happy to see all of you guys. Yeah. So now let's introduce ourselves. ठीक है? So hello everyone. Guys,
Hello,
can you
ma'am.
please say hello by turning on your video?
Hello,
if
ma'am.
possible?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello,
So
ma'am.
can you say hello turning
Hello,
on the
ma'am.
video? Hi. All right.
Hello,
Good
ma'am.
job. Good job.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi. So now can you please type it in the chat box how you're feeling today? I'm sorry. Uh, can you say hello to everyone in the chat box? Type hello in the chat box. All right, good job. So now, all right, we'll go ahead and mute everyone now. Okay. So only we'll interact only through the chat box. All right. At the end, you'll definitely have a Q&A session wherein you can ask your questions. All right. All right. I'm very happy to see all of you responding. And it's late in the night, so I guess you are very eager to learn the subject. Yeah. Chalo, let's start. So now, what is communication? So communication is a two-way process in which information is exchanged or shared between two or more people through a system of speech, symbols, signs, or writing. Right? So now guys, first of all, what we did, we exchange information how we are feeling today by means of emoticons, right? You put those 1, 2 and 3 in the chat box, and that's how we communicated looking at the emoticons, right? So this is the first step of communication. And then what did we do? We unmuted ourselves and then we said hello by talking, right? So this is the second way of communication. And then guys, can you please mute all of you? Can you please mute yourself? It will disturb other people. Let's mute. Yeah, I'll let you unmute later. Okay, so now then again we waved our hand and said hello, right? So we used body language to say hello to everyone, and then we typed in the chat box telling hello, right? So we communicated with each other through voice, messages, and our body language. So this is exactly is what communication is. Communication is talking to people through various means, giving a message to the people. Okay, so it's a two-way process wherein I tell you something and then you reply back, and then you tell me something and I reply you. Everybody understood? Put it in the chat box. Have you understood what is communication? All right, great, good to know. So let's move on to the next slide now. So what is the importance of communication? So as Wasim sir said, when we are born, we start communicating by our first cry, right? So similarly, the importance of communication is it's a very important life skill. Life skill means a skill that is needed to survive in the world. Okay. So now whenever like a child is born, it cries. So that's the first way, that's the first communication it does with the whole world, right? And now you would have also seen your sisters and brothers, younger sisters and brothers crying, right? And then your mama giving them some milk, right kids? So we communicate to express our needs, okay? And then we also communicate to express our teamwork, ideas, right? When we are in the school, when our teacher gives some projects, we all sit together and discuss, right? So we express our ideas by communicating. And then the other important thing about communication is it helps us build a relationship with people, right? So you communicate with your parents, you communicate with your friends, you communicate with your siblings and the whole world. So that's how it is. You build relationships with people by communicating with them, right? And then comes, so when you go to the doctor, what do? Do you tell the doctor your problems, right? Do you guys tell the doctor your problems? And so based on your problems, he gives you the medicine and that solves your problems, right? So that's how it is. So we communicate to share our problems and find the solutions. And then we also communicate to get the work done. See, when you guys grow up and then you become big bosses in big companies, then you communicate with people, right? So communication gives you job satisfaction, more productivity and fewer conflicts. So we'll come to this later. And also we communicate with our pet animals, right? You hold the cat and the dog, whatever is your pet animal, you love them. So that is also a form of communication. So the importance of communication is, it's a very important life skill that is needed to survive in the world. And then you communicate to express your needs, you communicate to express your ideas, then you communicate to build relationship with people, and then you communicate to share problems, you communicate to get the work done, and then you communicate to show love and care both towards human beings as well as to animals or any even the plants for that matter. Okay, so plants, what do? You put water to them and then you break off the leaves that are drying off, and then you put nutrition to them, all that, right? So that is also a form of communication wherein you show them love. Yeah. So now did all of you understand this? Put it in the chat box. All right. Ayan says yes, the Hasib says yes. All right, so let's move on to the next slide. All right, so now let's come to the types of communication. So there are basically three types of communication. One is verbal, the next is non-verbal or body language, and the third one is written or writing. So verbal means we are going to talk, okay, making use of our voice. And non-verbal means we are going to communicate messages through our body language. Body language, which means through our facial expressions, eye contacts, gestures and postures. So if you people don't understand all these four things, that's facial expressions, eye contact, gestures and postures, I'll discuss with you tomorrow in more depth. Okay, so need not worry about it. And then we also communicate by writing in a book. You all write your diaries, right? Who all writes diaries? Put it in the chat box. Who all writes the diaries? Great. So Javeria says she writes. Atik says he does not. Writing diary is a good habit, kids. So all of you develop that habit. So we write it and we write on our computers. And we also write WhatsApp messages to our friends, right? And we send emails, and then we also do visual arts, right? As in some drawings, doodly and all those things, right? So all these things are communication, forms of communication wherein we express our ideas, share our thoughts and express our needs. Okay. So now let's, all right, Maharu says she writes stories. That's good. Good job. So now let's move on to the next slide. So now, in order to communicate, we need to learn certain skills, right? So when you are born, you just started crying, and then you slowly, your parents slowly started teaching you words. So you started learning words and you started speaking, right? Earlier you used to speak one word at a time. Now you speak one sentence at a time, right? So that's how it is. So what are the skills that you need to learn to communicate well? So the skills are, you need to be able to talk, you need to listen, you need to understand, and then you need to respond. Okay. So while you're talking, see, these are the parameters while you're talking. So you should talk, you should be loud, audible, and you should not shout. Okay. So some people think that talking means shouting. Talking is not shouting. Talking is, you need to make the other person understand, you need to be audible to that person. It's not that you are going to shout. Okay. So you should be loud, clear, use the right words to speak, and follow the grammar rules. Okay. So that's about talking. And then let's come to listening. So listening means you're going to listen to the other person who is talking, right? So while you're talking to the person, you should smile if they say something that makes you happy, and you should not smile or laugh when they say something that makes you sad. I mean, if there is a bad news or something, not so good news. Okay. And then while you are listening, you should also make sounds that you have understood. Okay, all that, right? And then you should also, in case if you're not able to hear the speaker, you should also tell them to be loud. And then whenever somebody is talking to you, you need to look into their eyes, that is, maintain your eye contact. Okay. So these are the listening skills that you need to be a good communicator. So listening is also a part of communication. Okay. And then you need to understand what the person is saying, right? So when you focus to understand, like when you listen to the other person, that is when you understand things, right? In the school, if when the teacher is doing the class, if you don't listen to her, you will not understand things, right? So when you don't understand things, you will not remember it. So always you should make an attempt to understand things, and in case if you don't understand anything, you can ask the clarifying questions. Okay. And then you'll have to respond. Respond means you'll have to take action. Okay. Reply to whatever is being said to you. All right. Now when I first said say hello to everyone, all of you said hello, right? So that is also a part of communication, wherein I told you to say hello, and you said, you understood, you listened to that word, listened to what I said, and then you understood what needs to be done, and then you responded back with a hello. You even typed it in the chat box, and then you said it verbally, and then you showed it through the gesture, right? Like this, hello. So that's how it is. That's all is communication. Yeah. So hope I'm clear. Am I fast? Am I fast, kids? Are you able to understand me? Are you able to understand me? Alright, great. So let's move on to the next slide. So now coming to listening skills. See, all of us know how to talk, but most of us don't know how to listen. That's the problem. Okay. So what happens is, whenever we are when even I was small, what we used to do, we would not listen to the other person. Before they finish talking, we will start talking. So that's a common habit which all the kids do. So let's understand how to listen to people and what is the importance of listening. Okay. So now, in order to be a good listener, you should first commit yourself to listening, which means you need to make sure, you need to tell yourself that I am going to listen to this. For example, while you're in a class, you need to tell yourself that I am going to listen to what the teacher is saying. I'm going to try to understand what she's telling, and then I'm trying to learn what she is teaching. Only then you will be able to listen to it. Okay. So first step is commit yourself to listening, and then second is pay attention to the speaker. The third one is listen to understand, And then the most important thing as kids which you need to do is wait for the speaker to finish, and then you can talk. Okay, so while you commit yourself to listening, how do you do that? So first you will have to lean forward towards the speaker, and then while you're listening you also at times need to nod your head, not too much though. And then if you're in the class or if you're in a session, you'll have to make notes, and then you should not get distracted by whatever happens in your surroundings. And also you should not be doing daydreaming. All of you know what daydreaming means? Thinking about Alice in Wonderland while you are in the class. That is called daydreaming. Okay, so which means you are thinking something else. You're not listening to what the teacher is telling, but then you are listening, you're thinking something else. That's called daydreaming. Okay, so you should not be doing that. If you do that, you will not understand what the teacher is trying to teach you. Okay, and then how do you pay attention to the speaker? See, to pay attention to the speaker, you will have to look into their eyes at times, not stare at them, but look into their eyes frequently. And also you'll have to nod your head, and then you will have to smile or put up a sad face in case if required. Okay, and then let's come to the importance of listening. Guys, how many years have we got? Put it in the chat box. How many years have we got? Wow, everybody says 2. Good job. And how many mouth have we got? Great. So what does this mean? See, we must listen twice and talk once. Okay? So it's like if it is 50% of the time is if it is 100%, then you will have to talk. You'll have to speak only 5% and listen 95% of the time. Okay, that is when you will be called a good communicator. I'll let you know, Yogesh. I'll let you know how to. You can ask all the questions at the end of the session. I'll answer your questions. Yeah. So let's just continue with the topic. I'll answer your questions at the end. All right. So now the importance of listening is, first you will have to, it helps you understand people and it helps you understand things. So it will also help you learn things. See, in the class, if you're not listening to your teacher, do you think you will understand things? You will learn things? No, right? So you should listen to the teacher. And then while your parents or your elders, for example your grandparents or your elder brothers or sisters is talking, then you will have to acknowledge them. You will have to listen to them. That is when you will gain knowledge. Some people are asking, is it compulsory on the camera? No, you can switch off your camera, Javeria. Not compulsory. Okay, so first of all you listen to understand, learn things, and then you listen to get knowledge, and then you listen to avoid conflicts. See, if you and your brother or your sister are talking, if both of you are talking, then you get into fighting, right? Because your brother will say you are not listening to me, and you will say you are not listening to me, right? So both of you get into an argument and you end up in a quarrel. So to avoid all that, you will have to first listen to the person, give them the opportunity to talk, and then talk. Okay, so listening to people avoids conflicts. And then it also helps build relationship with people. See, when you are in a with your friends, and if you listen to other people what they have to say, those people feel valued, right? Don't you think so? If you are in this thing, if you're sitting in a group and if people listen to you, don't you feel nice? Do you feel nice, kids? Put it in the chat box. Do you feel nice? Yes, right? So if people listen to you, you feel nice. So it's the same thing with other people also. If you listen to them, they will also feel nice. So that will make you good friends. So you should always listen to people more than you talk. You should let them talk also. All right. So that's also an important factor in communication. So now let's move on to the barriers in communication. Barriers means obstacles. See, in this particular picture, this person is talking, but then there is a door in between these two people. Okay, so imagine you're gone out for shopping and you're coming back home. So if the door is closed, will you be able to get inside the house? No, right? Because until unless the door is open, you cannot get inside. The same thing happens with communication also. While you're talking, the other person sometimes is not able to either understand you or listen to you or do whatever you want them to do. So these things are called barriers to communication. These are the obstacles in the path of communication. So the obstacles can be physical communication barriers. There are actually of three types. So there are physical communication barriers, emotional communication barriers, language communication barriers. So there are three, yeah, physical, emotional and language. So three types of barriers are there in communication. So now physical means it can be the background noise. See, when you're talking to say your friend sitting in your room and there is your younger brother or sister who is crying very badly, do you think the other person can hear you? As in, will it be a good conversation? No, right? You get disturbed. You cannot talk and the other person cannot listen because you are getting disturbed by their noise. So that is called background noise. Okay, whatever noise you get while you are communicating, that doesn't let the communication happen. So it's a barrier to communication. And then comes your pronunciation. See, if you are not able to pronounce words correctly, then it is again a barrier to communication, which means the other person is not able to understand the words you are saying. So you should always speak clearly and you should pronounce each and every word properly. Okay. And then, like I said before, it's daydreaming. If you're thinking about something or someone while somebody is talking or while somebody is communicating, you will not be able to listen. And if you are sitting and thinking about something, then you will not be able to talk. So emotional barrier is daydreaming, and if you're angry or if you're sad also, the same thing happens. If you're angry, you don't feel like talking to people, so that's a barrier to communication. Or probably if you're angry, you'll while you're talking to the other person, that you might be rude or you might not want to talk to the other person. So that's again a barrier for communication. Okay, so guys, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Reply to me in the chat box. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Okay, Ayan says yes, and Manha says yes, Ubeda says yes. So the language that I spoke was in Kannada. So only people, yes, Muiz says he did not understand. So Muiz probably does not know Kannada, right? So if I talk to you people, or if you talk to someone in a language which they don't understand, then that is a barrier to communication, right? So if you are talking to someone in a language that they don't understand, will they be able to respond to you? Will they reply to you? No, right? So that's a barrier to communication. So you should always be careful while talking to people, whether they know the language that they can understand and reply to the language that you are speaking or not. Okay, to avoid this as a barrier to communication. All right. Okay, so have all of you understood what I said now? Afiz says yes, Uzair says yes. Who else? All of you. Zishan says yes. Great, good job guys. I'm happy that all of you are awake at this point in time. Alright, so let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so now I have a assignment for you guys. Can any one of you read this? What's there on the screen? Can one of you read this? Yeah, can one of you read? Yeah, Ayan, go ahead. Ayan, do you want to read? Okay, you guys are muted, so let me read this. So I have.
I can.
Yes, go ahead, please. What's your name?
Ma'am, can I read?
Hi, ma'am. Can I read? Can I read?
Amina.
I can also read, ma'am.
Can I
read, ma'am?
See, this is again a barrier to communication. All of you are speaking at one time.
Ma'am,
Right?
can I read, ma'am?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ma'am, can I read?
Amina.
Hameeda madam,
Yes, sir.
let them raise the hand and you can call them by name.
Okay, I mean, I called the. Okay. So, does Ayan want to read?
Yes,
Yeah, go ahead, Ayan.
that's fine, ma'am. Imagine you are whatever you want to become and record a video for 3 minutes of how you will talk to people when you become what you want to become. Doctor, patient, teacher, student. Do a role play with your parents, sibling, or friends and record it and share.
Yeah. So, Ayan, your rate of speed is high. You talk fast. Yeah, so you'll have to learn to talk slow. Slow as in not volume, the number of words. Okay. So guys, this would be your assignment wherein you can you will have to do a role play. You can do it either with your parents, siblings, or your friends. Okay. So whatever you want to become, like if you want to become a doctor, then you can ask your sister or brother to be a patient, and then you can do a role play and then record the video. Okay, everybody understood? This video should be for 3 minutes, and then share it across with us.
Okay, miss.
So all of you got that?
Okay, miss. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So hope
Ma'am,
to
do
see
we
all
have
your videos tomorrow.
end time or when should we send the video?
Ma'am, when should we send it?
Tomorrow. I mean, yeah, tomorrow before the session.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, like, what should we talk?
Anything. You should do a role play. Have you done a role play before?
No, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. See, role play means.
So we can
Yeah. Yes, it's basically like acting. Okay. So, if for example, if you want to become a doctor, so you will talk like a doctor, and then either your parents or your siblings or your friends can be a patient. So when you go to the doctor, you're seen, right, how the doctor talks to you, what questions he asks,
So
and
we
how
need-
he gives the medicine and all, right?
okay, so we
you
need
should-
to act like them.
That's right. Yeah.
Madam, is this your last slide?
Yes, sir, for the day.
Probably we can call some volunteers and ask them to do the role play because we have almost like 20 more minutes.
Yeah.
If someone is interested to come forward as a volunteer.
Sir, I
Is
can.
it okay with you, madam?
Yes, sir. Fine.
Sir, ma'am, I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
So someone, you need to switch on your video and do the role play, please.
And guys, you can record this video in whatever language you are comfortable with, or preferably in English. Yeah, who wants to do the role play?
Me, ma'am.
Your name? Can you switch on your
Ayan.
video? Ayan.
I can't turn it on.
You can turn it on. Okay.
I can't.
Who else can turn it on? Who
Just
is?
give me a sec. I am doing the settings. Just give me a sec.
Okay. Sure.
Ma'am, you need to call them by name so that we can spotlight them.
Okay. Who wants to go ahead? Ayan? Okay. Ayan, I gave you the opportunity. Let Ahad go ahead now.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah? Fair enough?
Fair.
Okay, Ahad. Sir, we'll go with Ahad.
Okay, miss. So what do I have to do?
So, what do you want to become, Ahad, when you grow up?
Um, I want to become a singer.
Singer. Okay, good. Chalo, will you sing?
No, I don't know any songs.
I'm sorry.
No, missus, I need like a beat and all.
We are not able to hear you clearly, Ahad. You'll have to
Miss, I
speak up.
need like music to sing.
You need music.
Ahad,
Okay.
you need to on your video or else we will move on to others.
Sir, can you see me?
Ma'am, I want to become a pilot officer.
You seem hanging from the tree.
So, all right, we'll go ahead with someone else then. We'll go with Prajwal. Prajwal,
Yes,
can you
ma'am.
hear me? Yeah. What do you want to
Yes,
become,
ma'am.
Prajwal?
Ma'am, I want to become a doctor.
Okay. So, shall we do the role play now?
No, not kind of really, ma'am.
That's okay. Give your best. We'll go ahead.
No, ma'am.
I'll be a simple patient. You can ask me questions like your doctor asks. Chalo, start.
Okay, ma'am.
Tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me. We'll do a role play.
Ma'am, when a patient comes to me, I normally ask, how is your health, first of all?
Ma'am, can I?
No, let Prajwal finish. Then we'll go with you. Yeah, Prajwal.
Ma'am, when a patient comes to me, I will ask, like, how is your health?
Ask me. No, I'm your patient. Ask me.
How is your health, ma'am?
I'm having headache.
Ma'am, maybe you can sleep for a little.
Okay. Your video went off, Prajwal.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Go ahead.
Ma'am, what did you tell now?
You tell me what you want to say. I slept nicely, doctor.
Maybe, ma'am, you can not you should not see for phone or TV for when you are having headache. You should have a nice sleep and be relaxed.
Okay. Okay, probably I was watching TV. That's how I got the headache. Thank you,
Okay,
doctor.
ma'am.
So let's clap for Prajwal, guys.
Welcome, ma'am.
Good job. Who wants to come next?
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Who wants to
I
come
want
next?
to.
Zishan?
Ma'am, I want to.
Ma'am, I want.
Tell me your name.
Ma'am, Mahruz. Ma'am, Farheen Khan.
Ma'am, I
Okay,
am.
Farheen, come on.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Farheen. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. So, what do you
Ma'am,
want to
I-
become in life?
A surgeon.
That's lovely. So, all doctors and surgeons here?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay,
Ma'am, or the
chala.
CEO.
Yes?
Or a CEO, chairman.
Okay. Chalo, let's start.
Yeah. So, ma'am, you're my employee.
Okay, great. Tell me.
So, they are, what's the stock market going on and how is our company going on nowadays?
Sir, ma'am, stock market is good. We are making lots of profit.
Yeah.
and our company also seems to be growing because of the profits.
Okay, why don't we start a new product or do a lot of marketing as they are growing?
Yes, we can definitely do a lot of marketing to increase the reach of our product. So
Yeah, and we can set up a new companies in our different cities and countries. It will be a good marketing source for us.
that's right, ma'am. That's a good idea. So we can set up marketing units on all the metro cities, and also we
Yeah,
can do online marketing.
yeah. And we can grow through making some of the videos of our products and sending up in some of the social media platforms.
Yeah, that sounds an excellent idea, ma'am. We can do that. We can conquer all the social media platforms.
Yeah, and we can, like, we have to make our employees more responsible nowadays because as we are growing.
Yes, ma'am. That's again a good idea. Probably we can give them some incentives,
Yeah,
right? That will encourage them to work more.
yeah. And we
Okay.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. So can we
we
end?
have to be, yeah,
Right, so Farhin will give others option. Yeah? Good job, Farhin.
okay.
Guys, Farhin did a good job.
Thank you.
Welcome. So you're going to become a CEO or a surgeon now?
I think a CEO.
CEO, okay. So communication skills class changed your mind, yeah?
Yeah, I had a dream, but now I think I can reach my dream goals and all.
That's lovely, Farhin. So
Thank
see
you.
that is the benefit of communicating well. See, when you are able
Yeah,
to communicate to your parents and teachers what you want to become, they will help you become that, right?
yeah,
So they'll help
yeah.
you
Thank you
understand
for
what are
listening
your
to me.
so what are your strengths and what you can do well, what you need to learn more, so that you can become what you exactly you want to become, right? Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Sir, do we go for more role plays or can we have the Q&A? Okay, Javeria is asking the meaning of CEO. CEO means he or she is the boss of the
Chairman,
company.
Chief
That's
Executive
chief, yeah,
Officer.
chief executive officer.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, go ahead. Do you have a question?
Ma'am, I want to become a pilot officer.
Okay, who's that?
Mohammed,
Huh?
Sishan.
Zishan. Okay. So do you want to do the role play now? Zishan, do you want to come on the screen?
No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I want to become come on the screen.
Okay, yeah, come. Come on the thing. Video.
Ma'am,
I
can you
think
hear me?
tomorrow. Yes, I can hear you and see you.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Good. Go ahead, Zisha.
Ma'am, I want to become a pilot officer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I will join the PAF museum.
Okay.
PAF. Pakistan Air Force. I will join Pakistan Air Force.
Okay.
And I will be the best flyer in the sky. I want to be the best flyer in the sky
All
at
the best to you.
GF-17 Thunder plane.
Okay, all the best to you. So how will a pilot speak now? How will a pilot speak to his crew?
By giving him instructions where do you have to launch the bomb,
Okay. So,
and exact ma'am, just give me 1 second, please.
sure. Okay, Atik says he does not have a camera and he wants to come on the role play. After Zishan, Atik, you can come.
Ma'am, I want to do a role too.
Okay, today we'll end with Atik. Zishan, are you done?
Ma'am, I'm not understanding.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll give the opportunity to Atik. Okay.
Yes.
All right, Atik, you can start. What do you want to become, Atik?
Ma'am, tomorrow I'll come prepared. Right now I don't have any idea, but I have idea,
Okay.
but
Mm-hmm.
no, a bit.
Ma'am, can I?
Okay. Guys, do you have any questions from what I did now? I'll go through the slides one by one.
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Okay. So you can ask me your questions.
Class tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll do the role play tomorrow.
So, ma'am, my question was like, if you are very shy to speak, and if you are an autism kid, so what do we need to do to take and confident to talk and everyone and communicate?
Okay. What's your name?
My name is Arsh Usmani.
Aisha.
No, Arsh Usmani. ARSH.
Arsh. Okay. All right. So Arsh, who says that you are a shy kid?
So, like, I am having problem in communication. Like, I am very shy.
No, you're not.
I am now in Zoom meet, so I am saying I am sharing my problem. But when you will come at my home, I will like not talk.
Okay. See, why I'm asking you is you are only the person who is telling that you are shy. Right? You are feeling that you are shy. Right? So you should stop feeling that you are shy. What's the opposite of shy? Confident, right? So you should start telling yourself that you are a confident girl. Okay? So when you start telling yourself that you are a confident girl, you will not feel shy. And then you can talk well. Okay? Okay. Sorry, Ash. You are a confident boy. Right? Good. So, see, you absolutely have no problem in communication. Only you are stopping yourself. You are telling yourself that you are a shy boy. So, you are not able to do that. But if you start telling yourself that you are a confident boy, then you will start communicating and you will be able to talk better than everyone else. Okay? Good job. So, anyone else has any questions? Kids, anyone else has any questions? Yeah, Yumna, you have a question? Go ahead.
Yes, miss.
Yeah, go ahead, Yumna. Ask your question.
Okay, miss.
Tell me, what's your question? Yumna, I'm not able to hear you. Okay, does anyone else has any questions?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Javeria?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead, ask your question.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of convoyed?
What?
Convoyed, which you wrote on the slide.
Which slide?
Ma'am, conveyed.
Conveyed. Conveyed is said.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, said is
Ma'am, I
called
have a
conveyed.
question. Ma'am, I
Yes.
have a question. Ma'am, what is eye contact?
Okay. Eye contact, I'll just show you the slide. I'll explain to you tomorrow. ठीक है?
Okay, ma'am.
So,
Okay, ma'am.
okay. This picture, can you see this picture? These both of these people, they are looking into the eyes of each other, right?
Yes.
So this first picture. Whereas
Ma'am,
this
we can't
picture,
see the picture.
Yes, ma'am. We can
you're not able to see.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am, we can't see.
Okay, just a moment. How about now? Are you able to see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Ma'am, we
ma'am.
can-
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, see this first picture where two people are meeting and shaking their hands. In this picture, both are looking into their eyes, right? So this is called eye contact. And whereas in this particular picture, the picture with the baby and the mom, the baby is looking down, right? So this is not eye contact. Eye contact means looking into the eyes of the other person while you're talking. ठीक है? Or while they
Okay,
are
ma'am.
talking also.
Miss,
Okay.
eye contact, body language can be a way of communication also, because when
That's
somebody
right.
is slack,
That's
and
right.
that means they're not listening, and when you look
Yes.
down, that means you're hiding something.
Yeah. So we will discuss about that tomorrow. Okay. So, do you guys have any questions?